All right, you ready to draw a race car now? Remember, this is the race car we're drawing. Erik Jones's race car. The one he won with at Daytona earlier in the year. Yeah, a little wrecked up. But that's all right, because he won. Okay? Here we go. Now, if you're just joining us, we like to start with a line and a box. Okay? So here we go. First line is going to be right here. Like that. There we go. All right, looking good, looking good. Very nice. I made mine a little too long. I don't want to run out of paper here, so if you need to erase, that's okay. I just did. Now draw a line straight up, like that, and a line straight up in the back. Now here's the best part about drawing a race car that's been wrecked up a little bit, is that if you make a mistake, it all just becomes part of the race car. Because, you know, wrecks happen because of mistakes. But what happened? Erik Jone made the most of it. He didn't give up. He won the race. So we're not going to give up on our drawing if we make a mistake. All right, now we need another line over here to kind of make a V shape. You see how it's kind of a V shape there? I'm just going to draw another line there so you can see it, kind of like a V shape. All right, once you do that, draw a line straight up. Okay, there we go. Next, connect those two lines, like that. And then connect these two lines, like this. As straight as you can, doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we're drawing a wrecked race car, so crazy lines are okay. All right, while you're catching up, I'm going to read some of the comments, because if you're just joining us, you've never watched before, this is one of my favorite things to do, is to read these comments, see how y'all are doing, seeing if you're having fun. Like Michelle's out there watching, Debbie's watching, Deb's watching. Deb says she has crazy hair as well. I'm not alone. We're all waiting for Sport Clips to open back up, and I'm excited to get in there. Emily says she and Joe are watching from Mississippi. I'm in North Carolina. Where are you watching from? We've had people from Germany, Canada, Australia, England, and of course a lot of people from America too. But where are you watching from? Chase says this is a weird looking race car. Well, don't worry, Chase. It's coming together. It's coming together. There's a process, right? It's just like with a haircut. You got to start with the first clip. Well, these are our first clips. We're building a box that's going to show us how to draw the race car. All right, now I want you to see this line you drew here? This one right here? I want you to mimic it right back here. So try to draw it about as equal as you did up there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to be close. All right? Looking good. Now, we need another V. We need a line going up like this. This is going to start to form the roof. So see how we made a little bit of a check mark? Make a little check mark. Almost all these things that people make are based on lines and shapes and designs. So we got to start there, and then we'll chisel away and make it look like a race car. Okay, now do another one facing the other direction. Start it back here. See that? Oh yeah, that is looking good. Now I want you to connect those two at the top. And we've made a little parallelogram, a rhombus, whatever you want to call it if you're learning geometry. We now have the side of the car. So let me pull up a car here so you can see it. I got the 20 Craftsman car here, but we'll show you what part we're drawing. See? It's the top part right here. All right. Let me show you on our photo. It's this part right up here. You see? We've got our check mark right there and right there. All right, coming together. That Sport Clips car looks good. You can pick it out on the track. Okay. Now these two lines over here, we got to connect those. There you go. And then this line, I'm going to draw some blue so you can tell which one I'm talking about. This line right here, we're going to do it again over here. Like that. parallel. What do you think? What part of the car do you think that is? Well, when we connect them, I think you're going to be able to tell that that is the windshield coming together. All right. Next, see these lines? There's a dot there and a dot there to show you the lines. While you're drawing your windshield, I'm going to wait on for just a second, and then we're going to draw the roof. This car is going to come together fast, and then we're going to tear it apart fast because it's going to be the winning wrecked race car of Erik Jone. I haven't seen very many drivers able to take a wrecked race car and win with it. Only a few in history have I seen, so that's how you know Erik Jone is a really good driver. Alright, so connect those dots with kind of a curved line, like this. It's curved, slightly curved. See that? Just a slight curve, like a contact lens or something like that. And then, back at the back, connect that line to that same dot we drew over there. So the line right here, that corner, connects back to that dot there. Make sense? Alright, you're catching up. I'm going to just darken some lines here while you're catching up. Our SportClips race car is coming together. There it is. That was a fun day. That was a crazy day. Alright, I'm going to erase some of my dots that we used as guides. Okay. Alright. Next, I'm going to put in some wheels, okay? I don't know about you, but this car needs some wheels. This block of a car is not going to go very fast if it doesn't have wheels. So what we do is we draw an upside down U. You know, U's are like this, like a smiley face. Well, we got to go upside down with them. And I want you to start right about here. Go up, draw the U, and come back down. Who would have thought race cars are just a bunch of letters put together? We had a V, we actually had an F, we have a D, an upside down U. You see, that's why anybody can do this, is because you know how to draw those letters and write those letters. We'll just turn them into a race car. That's how we're learning today. Don't forget the wheel in the back. Upside down U goes back there as well. Very nice. Alright. I'll let you catch up there. Alright. Next we'll add the windows while you're catching up. Just give it a second, we'll add those in. I'm going to look back at Erik Jone's race car just to keep getting a good look at what we're going to do next. Observing things is one of the best ways to draw, because you can go outside and observe a tree and find the shapes in trees, right? Maybe your house. I'm looking at a garbage can on the street. Today's garbage day. Thanks for all those garbage collectors still working out there. You find shapes in these things and you draw them, and that's what we're doing with Erik Jone's SportClips race car. Alright, let's draw the window. We need to divide this window in half right about there. Okay, let's make a thick line right there. That's what we call the B post. The A post, the B post, and the C post. That's how that works, okay? Alright, now we pretty much have our window. That's where Erik Jone climbs into the Camry and goes to the races. Here's the rear window. Just kind of make a curved D shape back there. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so we're going to draw our car nicely, and then we're going to draw jagged lines and tape over it and turn it into a wrecked race car, okay? We're almost at that point. One more look at the real car. See all the tape? He was able to win because the wheels are still on it, thankfully. Got a spoiler in there. Alright, let's get to it. Draw that spoiler. It's just a rectangle back here. Black line, tall, thick. Got our spoiler. And now we've got our wheels. We've got to draw a circle in there. The best circle you can. Remember, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Why is that? This race car was going so fast. It won the race. So you can barely even see those wheels spinning. So even if you feel like you're making a mistake, it's actually not. Because the more jagged your lines are, the faster the car's looking. That's why anybody can do this. Can't wait to see the drawings you're making. All right, you see how our car's coming together? Okay, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to round the nose a bit. Go up here and round the nose. See how I trimmed off that edge there? If you're able to erase, you can erase that. If not, that's okay. Again, we're drawing a wrecked race car, so we can add lines basically wherever we need to. And then do another curve at the front here, just to make the front nose look like it's curved. All right. Very nice. Again, if you cannot erase, you could turn that line into the shadow. You see? You don't have to worry about mistakes on this one. Just doing our best making a SportClips race car. All right. Next thing I want you to do is draw the number on the door. And the way we do that is we draw a square first, like this. A square on the door. And through the work of drawing and mathematical magic, we'll turn this into the number 20. Look at that number 20 on that car. That's what we're going to turn it into. Cut that square in half like that. Okay? Now if you've been watching for a few weeks, you know that the number 2 has a dot right there and a dot right there. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Do you see how we can turn these boxes into almost any number you want? That looks like an 8, doesn't it? It could also be turned into a 9 or a 5 or a 6. The only one it really can't be turned into is, what? A 1. If you're going to draw a 1, you got to just draw a 1. And then the 0 of the 20 number just has a long opening right there. Now to finish the 2, you draw a line over here and do the opposite line on the bottom. Like this. Look how almost out of thin air that turned into number 20. Very cool. The final thing we do is just round off the edges. We don't need jagged edges on our number, we just need rounded edges, except down here. But in all these areas, just round off the edges, especially on the 0 of the number 20. Of course, number 20 is Erik Jone's car. That's what we're drawing. He's one of our very talented young drivers. Racing it up this year. Here's the car we're driving. He won in this car earlier in the year at Daytona. Number 20 SportClips car with a bunch of damage. Alright. Now, our number is set. You can also do one up here. I'm going to do it a little quicker. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's obscured, which means we can't see the whole number. So I'm just kind of drawing some lines in there that look like the number 20. He's going so fast, it's okay if you don't get it perfect up there. See that? Just kind of scribbled some stuff up there. Okay. Next. I think it's time for some lines that form the paint scheme. Now we don't really paint these cars, we wrap them in a special sticker. But see that line that cuts through the behind the 20 and then makes these jagged lines? That's what we're going to do back there. So let's do that now. Alright, so there's a line on the door that goes behind the 20. Try not to draw over the 20. But it goes like this. Starts at the wheel, cuts through the back, and then makes these kind of jagged lines back here. Very cool design. Do one up there like that. See that? Very easy. Just some jagged lightning bolt looking lines. Very cool. Alright, let's take another look. Oh yeah, looking good. One even goes up to the nose. You see how that works? See how it lines up to the nose? So let's do the same thing. We're just drawing what we observe. There's a line up to the nose. And I think I saw another one down here under the number that was black. Good job. We'll color in a second. Right now we're doing the outlines. Okay. Now on the windshield, I want you to draw a couple bars like this. These bars are what protected Erik during those crashes so that he was able to continue racing and win the race in that SportClips car. Look at there. Oh yeah, this is looking good. It's already looking a little wrecked. See, I was a little messy and jagged with the lines. That's okay. That's because I knew it was going to be a wrecked race car. All right, here's something I want to do that I noticed in this picture. You see how Erik, let's see if I can zoom in on him. You see how he's celebrating the win? He's got his hand out the window. He's got the window net down. Usually we draw the window net up, but today we're going to cover up our number a little bit and make it look realistic. So work with me on this. I know it feels bad to cover up what you just drew, but it's going to be okay. Just draw some lines into your number like this. See how I kind of did some hash lines? It's like the window net is hanging right over that number because he won. Put the window net down. He's ready to go. All right. While you're catching up with that, I'm going to catch a couple more comments. Love to hear what y'all are saying and doing out there. Thank you for tuning in. We do this every weekday, the Monday through Friday at noon Eastern Time. We draw a new race car every day, and we draw some of your suggestions. We have someone out there that wants to draw a fire suit. I think we're going to do that next week. Oh yeah, having fun. Nicholas says, happy little wheel arches. That's right. Thanks for watching. Virginia tagged her friend Trey. That's an awesome thing to do. Share this with your friends so everybody can draw together. I'd love to hear from all of them. Lori says, Werner is having fun. Thanks for watching, Werner. Thomas is the first time Thomas is watching from Louisiana. Thank you. Tracy, I know Tracy's watched before. There's Donna Lee. Donna Lee says, 6-year-old Kaiser loves drawing every day on the Space Coast in Florida. Well, thank you, Kaiser. Thank you for watching. And thank you for sharing. Okay, we're getting close to the end of this drawing. Got to draw Erik Jones' helmet in there, so it's basically just a circle. I don't want to make Erik's head look too big. He didn't have that big of a head, but look at there. It's kind of a circle in there. And then there's a visor right here that he sees through, that he looks through. See that? And I'm just going to draw a little hand up here. You don't have to draw it perfect. He's going really fast. You can barely see it. But he's waving to the crowd because he just won. There we go. All right. Now the final thing we want to draw in here, before we start adding the tape and the wrecked sheet metal, is the sponsor logo. So what color is the sponsor logo? Well, SportClips, the word sport, is in red, and the word clips is in black. So that's how we'll do it. If you don't have any colors, you can just do it all in black. That's okay. But I do have some colors. So first let's practice, because practice makes perfect. I want to make sure I spell everything right. We're going to have a little spelling lesson here, right? So I'm going to pick my red, and I am going to spell SportClips. The first word is sport, right? So let's see here. Let's make sure I spell it right. S-P-O-R-T, sport. All right. That's like when you ask somebody, what's your favorite sport to play? There you go. What's your favorite sport to play? I like disc golf. Has anybody played disc golf before? Yeah. A little crazy one, but I like that one. Of course, racing is my favorite sport. The next word is clips. So go back to the capital C. Clips. Starts with a capital C. L-I-P-S. All right. Sport clips. So that we're going to put that right here over the rear wheel, and we're going to put it on the hood. Now on the hood, something special happens. The logo goes like this. It moves down under the word sport, like that. So write it like that on the hood, if that's how you want to do it on the hood. I'm going to use the magic of my iPad. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just gonna drag it up there. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I know you can't do this with a pen and paper, but I'm cheating. Putting it on the hood. There we go. All right. Now one thing I forgot is to put the word haircuts in there. Oh boy. How do you spell that? Well, H-A-I-R. That's hair. C-U-T-S. Compound word, right? Hair, plus cuts equals haircuts. So I'm gonna, whoop, I don't want to do that. I want to grab that and I'm going to put it on the hood. Now you want to just write it directly onto your hood, right? You don't have to draw it down here. You could just write it directly onto your hood. Or you could do both, whatever you want. But there we go. Don't forget the word haircuts. All right. Now you see what we're doing? So now just draw it directly over the rear wheel if you haven't done that yet. I'm going to start with red again. And write the word sport. Starting right at the window net, capital S, lowercase p, O, R, T. And then what? Grab the black, right? Do a capital C, L, I, P, S. Yeah. Looking good. Now we got our sponsor on there, so you can pick that car out on the track. I'm going to fill in a little more red. Again, if you don't have colors right now, that's okay. You don't have to worry about it, but these lines are red on Erik Jone's race car down here, the SportClips race car, so I'm going to fill them in. If you're just working in black and white, that's okay. But I'm not. I'm going to work in some color. And I know it takes some time to fill things in, so if you want to fill them in at the end, you know, to wait a little bit, that's okay. We don't want you to fall behind here. I'm always going to look back at the car to make sure I'm doing it right. You notice the roof is red on the SportClips Camry. The number is red. So there's a lot of red here. I'm going to wait for last for the number while I fill in these other parts that are red. Okay. Something really cool about a red race car, isn't there? Just looks fast and mean. Maybe that's one of the ways that Erik Jone won the race in Daytona in this car earlier. What happens on the back here? Oh, the whole back of it is red, and I'm going to make that line black that I drew. So this part's actually red, the rear bumper area. And then that line up there is black, so let me fix that. All right. This is looking so good. I bet yours is looking good too. I can't wait to see them. Please post them in the comments or send them to me. I'm going to draw a little hole for the fuel back here. Don't forget that little fuel hole. Okay. Next I'm going to color in the number. A little bit of a darker red. Just a little bit. Just filling in that number 20. Making it look good. Of course, every car that gets to victory lane looks good. Like this SportClips car did. SportClips has won so many races. They've won the big race in Darlington with Denny Hamlin and Erik Jone. Lots of impressive wins for the SportClips team. And we know they're going to win with what's going on right now. I cannot wait to get my next SportClips haircut. I'm telling you what. That's why I did this show today like this, because everybody's telling me I need a haircut, and I cannot deny it. I can't wait. All right, here we go. One more red thing is the roof, and then we'll be done coloring for right now. So let me fill in the roof. Red roof on the SportClips Camry is done. All right. Yeah, very nice. I can see why Erik Jone likes driving this race car. It's a good looking race car. Okay. Now, we have a nice race car. It's time to turn it into a wrecked race car. And this is where it gets fun, because this is where you can scribble, you can draw over things, you can basically make it look like you want to. Erik Jone didn't mind that his car was wrecked. He still went to victory lane. So let's do the same thing here. Let's win with this drawing. Some of the tape we use is this kind of gray-brown color, like this. I'll show you right here when I draw it. So it's like this. It's like a grayish brown. Pick something like that. And what we're going to do, we're just going to draw where you think there needs to be tape. You can draw, it's kind of like a lightning bolt. What I like to do is hold my pencil up at the top, where normally I'm holding it down here. See how I'm normally holding it like this? I like to hold it at the top, which makes my line a little messy like this. See, it's hard to draw it straight, but that's what we want. We want a jagged line. Pretend like it's kind of like lightning bolts up the front. Looks like they had to put some tape over here too. Oh my gosh, there's some tape. You know what this piece of tape's doing? This piece of tape is flapping in the wind right there. I'm going to erase my example up here. We don't need tape flying through the air over here, do we? Again, you can use whatever color you want on this. If you're doing black and white, that's totally fine. But see how all the tape was on the front of the car to fix it? Can you believe you won the race with the car looking like that? Well, that's how good that SportClips Camry was. I'm going to do some black and dark tape in there. So you do some jagged lines like that and bring them back over here like this. Kind of make it look like there's a headlight there and a grill, but they're really kind of mangled up. It's like when a dog gets a hold of a toy and chews it up. That's kind of what it looked like. Now I'm actually going outside of the lines that we drew before because that nose is bent up. So don't worry about it. Just you do you. You draw the race car you think it needs to be when it's wrecked up like that. Oh man. All right. I'm going to add some tape back here on the back. You know, last week we drew an upside down race car. We drew the bottom of it. You should go look at that too. That was pretty wild. I'm going to draw some tape hanging off the spoiler. They just put it everywhere. I'm telling you what, they had to put it everywhere to keep this car together. But it still won the race. All right. I like that. You also have some gray on the door where Erik hit another car. So I'm going to draw some scratches on the door right there. Oh boy. Tell you what, this is a historic Joe Gibbs Racing car. We will remember this one forever. So will Erik Jone and SportClips because they won the race with a wrecked car. It looks like that. Can you believe that? Let's see here. I'll show you another picture. See that? See all the tape going up the hood? Taping the whole front of the car. There's scrapes on the door. Oh my gosh. What a day. And there's Denny's car helping push Erik to the win. That's another good view. I can even put some white back in here. You can erase some of your lines if you need to, just to make it look even more jagged and messed up there. All right. Next I'm going to color in Erik's helmet. While you're working on that, just got to start coloring in the spaces in here. Just going to stick with some grays. You know, when something is not the focus of attention, I like to just make it gray and just kind of put it in shadows because it's not really the focus of our story here. All the wrecked colors and everything are the focus of the story of our drawing today. For the windshield, I just draw some swooshes to make it look like glass. I almost said grass. It's not like grass. That would be green. This is glass. And it's actually a very heavy plastic that we race in NASCAR. It's not actually glass. But who's counting? Alright. This car's coming together. You like it? It's almost done. I'm going to add some color in my wheels down here. Going to fill in the wheel wells. Make those wheels look like they're spinning. Oh yeah. Well, the race car itself is pretty much done. So at this point, you can do whatever you want from here. I'm going to turn my car into a little story. I'm going to color in some asphalt and maybe some grass, but I really enjoyed drawing with you today. I hope you liked the SportClips Camry you came up with. I hope you liked the scissors we drew earlier. See those? That's just reminding myself that it's time for a haircut. Can't wait to get back to SportClips to get one. And I hope you're doing well out there. Please send me your drawings so I can look at them and show them off on the next episode. And make sure you tell us in the comments what you want us to draw next. Alright? So I'm just going to color along with you. Not going to talk too much. Just going to enjoy my art here and turn it into a story. I'll read your comments in a second. Alright, now I'm going to draw the road as Erik Jone drives this car to victory lane at Daytona like he did in real life. This week we've been drawing historic cars. That just means cars from special memories of Joe Gibbs Racing and NASCAR. Monday was Tony Stewart's rookie car, his first year with Joe Gibbs Racing. Yesterday was Dale Jarrett, who won our first ever race back in 1993. And this historic car is Erik Jone's from this year, a good memory from Daytona of this year. And you know what? Whenever we win a race, we get a checkered flag. So I want to tell the story of this race by drawing a checkered flag and commemorating that big win by Erik. All right. Well, thank you again as I finish my flag here. Thank you again for watching. Stay safe and healthy, and let's draw again tomorrow at noon. All right? See you later.